What was the dumbest punishment you have seen that backfired? In 8th grade, there was a kid in my class named Tyler who had a reputation for being a bit of a class clown. He wasn't malicious, just loud, restless, and always finding a way to get people laughing at the wrong time. Most teachers tolerated him, but Mrs. Green, our science teacher, absolutely could not stand him. She was strict to the point of being rigid, the kind of teacher who thought any disruption, no matter how small, was a sign of disrespect. One day during lab, Tyler started quietly making sound effects while we were supposed to be observing slides under microscopes. Nothing extreme, just low airplane noises, a couple of pew-pew laser sounds. A few of us stifled laughs, which caught Mrs. Green's attention. She snapped at him to cut it out. He did for a few minutes, but then someone dropped a glass slide and it shattered on the floor. The sound must have reminded him of something because Tyler muttered a cartoonish kaboom under his breath. A few people giggled again, and Mrs. Green lost it. She marched over to his desk, glaring down at him like she was about to make an example out of him. Instead of the usual detention slip, though, she decided she'd be creative with the punishment. She told Tyler that since he thought he was such a comedian, he could stand in front of the class and entertain everyone for the rest of the period. She dragged a stool to the front of the room and ordered him to sit there and be funny while the rest of us continued the lab. At first, Tyler looked mortified. His face went red, and you could tell Mrs. Green thought she had finally broken him. But then something shifted. He got this little smirk and started leaning into it. He began cracking jokes. About science class, about Mrs. Green's overly complicated instructions, even about the frog dissection posters on the wall. He wasn't mean, just quick, witty, and way funnier than anyone expected. Within minutes, the whole class was laughing so hard that nobody could focus on their microscopes. Even kids who never usually paid him attention were cracking up. Someone started clapping after one of his one-liners, and soon the entire class was egging him on like it was a real comedy set. Mrs. Green tried to regain control by telling us to stop encouraging him, but the harder she tried to shut it down, the funnier Tyler made it. He mimicked her exact way of sighing when we didn't understand instructions, and even the quiet kids in the back lost it. What was supposed to humiliate him turned into the moment he basically became a legend in our grade. People talked about Tyler's stand-up for weeks afterward. Teachers from other classes even heard about it. Instead of being embarrassed, he walked away more popular than ever. And Mrs. Green? She was furious. You could tell she realized her punishment had completely backfired, but she couldn't do much about it because technically he had followed her orders. After that day, she stopped trying to get creative with punishments and went back to detention slips and phone calls home. But the damage was already done. Tyler had gotten the last laugh, literally, and everyone knew it. It was one of those moments where the authority figure underestimated how much giving someone a spotlight can flip the script. What was meant to shut him up gave him exactly what he thrived on, an audience. And for the rest of middle school, Tyler carried that reputation. To this day, whenever old classmates get together, someone inevitably brings up the time he was punished into becoming the star of the class.